Hello everyone and welcome back to Learn to Love DIY. Today we are creating a beautiful Valentine's treat box. I'm going to be using two different types of stamp sets today. I'm going to be using the Forever Blossom stamp set, and I'm going to be using this image here. And I'm also going to be using the Parisian Beauty, and I'll be using this sentiment here. Alright. And then I'll be using some really pretty ribbon that's currently in our clearance section. It's called Variegated Ribbon and it's in a petal pink. I'll be using that, and I'll be using our dark petal pink to color in our flower, and I will be using our DSP, this one here. I've already pre-cut all of my items. So you'll need a piece of scrap paper to go ahead and stamp your flower. Then you also need another piece that measures 1/2 inch by 5/8, and that's just the same width as this here. And this is where we're going to be putting in our sentiment, just like that. Okay, this piece here measures 2 5/8 by 2 7/8, and then you're going to need a piece that will cover your box, and this one is 6.5 inches by 3 inches, and then you're going to need something like this, looks kind of squarey, that measures 4.5 inches by 4.5 inches. Okay, we're going to go ahead, I'm going to take out my scoreboard, and we're going to go ahead and start scoring these two pieces here. Alright, so I have my scoreboard out, and I'm going to go ahead and score the 4.5 by 4.5 piece of Whisper White first, and you're going to go ahead and score this piece, if I'm not mistaken, at 1 inch. Yes, 1 inch on all 4 sides. And put that aside, and I'm going to go ahead and take my 6.5 by 3 inches piece, and I'm going to go ahead and score this at 2 3/4, 2 3/4, and 3 3/4. Alright, and this is going to be the cover for our box. So we're going to go ahead and burnish our piece, and then we're going to go ahead and assemble it. Okay. I'm going to be using Tombow to assemble our box. So I'm just going to go ahead and burnish all of these score marks. Okay. And then the same with this one. Okay, so now that we have all of our lines scored, I'm going to go ahead and take some scissors, and I'm going to cut all the edges. I'm going to cut them in the same manner. Let's see. So there you have it. So cut all these, and basically how this is going to go is just assemble it this way, just like this. And I'm going to go ahead and just trim just a smidge right here, or wedge it, I think that's what it's called. And you're not wedging it too much, it's just so that when I put my box together, these sides that go inward here, like so, don't peek out too much. And I don't wedge this end just because that's what's going to be showing, and I want that to be flat. Okay, so So we're going to go ahead and assemble this box. And again, I'm using the multi-purpose glue, the Tombow, and I'm just going to apply it to all the tabs. Let's see. Yeah, that's the inside. But you can use any adhesive of your choice. Okay. So all I'm doing is matching the ends and applying some pressure so that it stays put. And then I'm going to go ahead and do the other sides. Do this side first, and then I'll do the fourth and last corner. Right. Alright. And there we have it. Okay, so there's our small box, and this is going to be our cover. We're going to glue this onto the box just like that. But before we do that, I'm going to go ahead and we're going to decorate the front. I'm going to go ahead and take our designer series paper here. And this one is called, let me take out, oops. This one's called the Parisian Blossoms Specialty Designer Series paper. So this is what I am using today. Sorry I didn't have the name before that. And we're just going to go ahead and adhere this to the front, and then we're going to go ahead and stamp our sentiment and our flower. So let me go ahead and do that. But you know what? Before I do that, I'm going to go ahead and run our ribbon here. And let's kind of figure out together. I did not do a sample for this box, but we are going to make it work together. Let's see. I just want enough to tie a ribbon. I mean, not, I need enough ribbon to tie a bow, is what I mean. Okay, so I think that should be good enough. I'm going to go ahead and trim it and hope for the best here. Okay, let's hope that amount ends up working out well. So I'm going to go ahead and take just a little bit of tape here, adhesive tape. And this is just what I have on hand. And I'm going to run it through the back. Or actually, let's do it here since this will be covered. And hopefully it looks pretty good. And I'm going to try to center this. And let's see. Last time I had trouble peeling this little guy. Okay. So making sure that you're taking the right side, because you can't see too much of that petal pink come through, and making sure we get an even amount as well. So making sure that you have the amount that you want for each side, you're going to go ahead and then apply the pressure on there. Okay. So now we are good to go, and I'm going to go ahead and use our liquid adhesive here to adhere the front of our pretty box here. And I did not leave too much white space, so the measurements I provide is to be able to create this box. However, you can make any changes to your box that you desire. Okay. And we're going to go ahead and now adhere our box. And the only thing that I'm doing is applying adhesive to the bottom and then to one of the sides. And I think I'm going to do this one. Okay. And then you're going to center it, leaving a little bit of space on all three sides. well, actually 4 sides, because you need to give a little bit of space right here so that when you fold it, it doesn't, you know, pull the box. Okay, so I think that was pretty good. I think I have some excess glue there. So I'm just going to tape it away, and so there you have it. I'm going to go ahead and attempt to tie a bow. Alrighty. Let's see how well I can tie a bow, because this is really pretty ribbon. Okay. My fingers are a tad sticky from pulling on that. So there you go. It's not the nicest bow, but we're going to work with that. And I'm going to go ahead and stamp the images that we're going to be needing. For this one, I'm going to go ahead and take out our Petal Pink ink pad, and I'm going to take this one. So I already set the block. I have the Amour, if I'm pronouncing that right, on one side, and then the flower on the other. And I'm going to go ahead and just stamp it on the edge, because what I want is the Amour part on this end, and then I'm going to go ahead and place the flower on this end. So let's go ahead and see how well I can get this word placed without putting my head in the camera. So there we go. And that's it for this ink pad. And then I'm going to go ahead and bring in our scrap piece of paper. Oh, and then, by the way, just to remind you, this piece measured, what was it? 1/2 inch by 2 and 5/8. Okay. And then I'm going to take the reverse side, and we're going to use our Memento Tuxedo Black ink. I'm going to tap it a few times to make sure that it gets good ink on all of it, and we're going to go ahead and just press it for a few seconds and release it. And there we have our image. Now remember, if you do end up having an image that's a little bit blurry or didn't stamp very well, you always have the reverse side of your scrap to go ahead and re-stamp it. So I'm going to go ahead and use our dark Petal Pink to color in our flower. And again, I've showed in my other videos that you can use either side. I kind of like both sides, so it doesn't really matter to me. It might, if I get used to one end only in the future, but for now, I like working with both. Okay. So it's fairly quick and easy. When I colored it, and what I ended up doing off camera is I went ahead and fussy cut one already. So I'll have this one as a spare for a different video or a different project. So I'm going to go ahead and we're going to adhere the Amour 1/2 inch piece. I'm going to go ahead and apply some adhesive, and as you can see here, I did go ahead and already stamp that side, but I did a boo-boo and I put the Amour part a little bit further down than I had wanted, and I'm going to put it towards the bottom part, just below where the ribbon is at. And like I said, this strip of piece of Whisper White measures the same length or width as the Designer Series paper, so it ends up being perfect. And for our beautiful flower, we're going to go ahead and use one of our basic jewel rhinestones. I'm just going to go ahead and take our scissors, my scissors, and apply a little rhinestone in the center and see if it'll, I think I have some glue on my fingers. Let's see how well I can get this one down. Okay, there we go. And I will be using a dimensional. Let me close my liquid glue there. I'm going to use one of our dimensionals to go ahead and place our flower. Okay. And I'm going to put this on the edge, like so, right there. And there you have it. That is the beautiful box. Now you could use, I believe one of the stamp sets here has the Love, or this one, the Forever Blossoms stamp set. If you wanted to use just, or if you have just this one in particular, you could use this flower and the Love from this stamp set. I thought about using this one as well. So you could do either or. But I ended up doing this one. And so let's go ahead and open it. And see. So there you have it. That is your pretty little box. You can put several different chips of candy. I have some favorites, mostly chocolate favorites, and I will be filling that to give to someone. I will be including the information as far as how you can reach me and where to access my website so that you're able to purchase any of the items I've used today. And I'm not sure if I mentioned this, but if you have any questions, you can feel free to either email me or put them in the comment section below. I'm also on Facebook and Instagram, so feel free to reach out to me through any of the medias. So I thank you again for watching, and you guys have a great day.